Hey everybody, the Long Shot Signatures here. This is episode 36 of my 2025 TTM returns, and I have 12 successes to share with you all. We got 2 that came in on Saturday, so I didn't feel like that was worthy of its own video. Got a bunch on Monday, but didn't have time to record anything yesterday for it. So, gonna try and get caught up with this. First one we have is coming back from an NBA head coach. He signed 2 of 2 in 203 days. This is coming back from Brian Keefe, who is the current coach for the Washington Wizards. I believe he took over not last season, but the season before as an interim coach. They took off that tag. The NBA just really favors certain teams. And so if you're not one of the top teams, you do not get a whole lot of wins. And so right now, his win-loss record is pretty poor. But, we'll see if they stick it out long enough and try and rebuild to give him a chance at a better record. But again, just knowing how NBA teams are, they could replace him as soon as the start of next season. Really wish I had something more positive to say. He seems like a cool guy. But it just kind of seems to be that way with baseball or basketball most of the time. Then we have a crew chief return. This is a 2 of 2 success in 22 days, coming back from AM Racing crew chief and former NASCAR driver Danny Efland. Spent some time in different NASCAR series, and now he is the crew chief for Harrison Burton. Then we have a golf return on one of the newer Upper Deck cards. He signed 1 of 1 in 126 days. This is coming back from David Duval. Then we've got a number of football returns here. First one is coming back from a former tight end. He signed 2 of 2 in 24 days. This is David Hill. One of these guys is a 2-time Pro Bowler. I think it might be David Hill. Had some really good stats back in the day. We have a former punter / kicker. He also signed 2 of 2 in 13 days. This is Russell Erxleben. He unfortunately had some issues with the law and some other stuff in his life outside of football. Was mostly a place kicker in college. I think he played some punter too. And then in the NFL, it was the other way around, where he was mostly a punter, but he did do some kicking duties while he played. Got a former defensive lineman here. He signed 2 of 2 in 13 days. These came back from Royce Berry. Signed both of those in blue. Former another tight end. Apparently the other photo that I sent wasn't of him, just another Rams player that wore the same number at a different time. So got back 1 of 2 in 12 days from Terry Nelson. He wrote on the other one, "This is not Terry Nelson?" ? And so the way he wrote it, it kind of looked like an autograph. I thought it was signed, but once I saw that, I was like, oh, weird. The website that I used said it was him, so that's awkward. Then we have a former wide receiver. He signed 3 of 2 in 21 days. These are coming back from Jerry Butler, number 80 for the Buffalo Bills there. He signed both of these photos and included a signed testimonial, Athletes in Action. The signature did kind of bubble up a little bit there. It's not like a glossy finish, but it definitely has like something more to it than just stock. So that's probably why it bubbled. But really cool of him to add an extra there. We've got a hockey return coming back from Germany. Happy to get it. It just stinks that I didn't get my cards back, but at least I know I sent to the right address. So this is a 1 of 2 success in 135 days from former NHL player Taro Heroes. I could be mispronouncing that. I want to say he was a Red Wings prospect for some time, played a little bit in the NHL. I think he had 20 points in his short NHL career. But other people had been posting about a teammate of his, also with Red Bull München, that was signing. And then I saw he was on the team. I was like, well, I've got a couple cards of his. I might as well try. So didn't get my cards back, but still got back an autograph from him to add to the hockey collection. Then we've got another crew chief return where he also had the driver sign for me. So this is a 2 of 2 success coming back in 98 days from Truck Series crew chief Dylan Capello, who also raced himself in some lower series. And he had his driver, Lane Riggs, sign this photo. I usually include the Daytona photos that I think J-Ski posts each year whenever I write to new crew chiefs, because most of these crew chiefs just don't have an online presence. NASCAR doesn't really cover them unless they're like the big names in the Cup Series. So if I can find 2 pictures, I'll send them. So with Capello being a former racer himself, I was able to find that one. But most of the time, I just send pictures of the car that they're driving that year. And a couple times I've been able to get where the crew chief has the driver sign it. Usually they both sign it. So either way, can't complain about adding a current NASCAR driver's autograph along with his crew chief. And then we had 2 that came in yesterday. First one is primarily a college football return, but this guy, very, very accomplished athlete and coach. So this is 2 of 2 success in 13 days from Turner Gill. He is still involved with collegiate sports. I don't remember exactly what his position is, but he's one of the executives for a college football team, one of the, not the GM, but like executive vice president or something of a team. But this guy played at the University of Nebraska. He was drafted into the NFL via the supplemental draft, but never played there. Went on to play in the CFL, had a couple okay seasons, and then doctors said that his concussion issues would make it to where he would never be medically cleared to play football again. But he was such a good athlete and played multiple sports that he was drafted into Major League Baseball. So after his football career was done, he decided he would take a shot at baseball again, played some minor league ball. Then he just kind of realized, my playing days are done, but I still want to be involved in the sport. So he became a coach. I want to say he coached at Kansas, Liberty, and Buffalo as a head coach in the collegiate ranks. Assistant coach, various places. And then he retired as a head coach and has been doing some executive roles. I think he was even director of player development for the Packers for a season. So this guy has done a little bit of everything when it comes to sports. So very, very cool to have those come back. And then we've got a hero card request return. Got 2 signed hero cards from the IndyCar team, AJ Foyt Racing. So added another Santino, Ferrucci, and David Malukas autograph. There is a third variation that I know about for David Malukas' hero cards this year. So I would like to get one of those to get signed. And considering how, the sports just continue to have more and more sponsors, because, I don't know if it's a way to get more money or if it's harder to get, the full amount of money that they need from a single sponsor, but it generally leads to a lot more collectible hero cards. So maybe there's even more of them. But I do know that I have this one already, as well as his blue one from the Indy 500. But I had seen online that there was a third one that I'd really like to get signed. But always happy to add additional hero cards to the collection. So that is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.